This for my north side,
Kiara,
south side,
Kiara,
east end,
Kiara,
west end,
Kiara,
for my H-town,
Kiara,
Seafield,
Kiara,
804,
Kiara,
we them real
Kiara.
yeah. Two up, two down, rich town. Two up, two down, rich town. Two up, two down, rich town, rich town.
Welcome to another episode of the Kiara Lee Show. I'm Kiara Lee, and I'm here at Katie's #1 Hair Braiding, talking to Katie, the owner of the shop, about the politics of the braid shop. We go and we get our hair done and we leave, but we often don't think about the politics of the hair shop, the stuff that is behind it, the culture of the hair shop, you know, the history of the braiders and things like that. So today we're going to have a conversation about the braid shop. And Katie, I want to ask you first and foremost, what was your motivation to come to the United States?
Okay, my motivation to come to United States, I was a braider since back home. I'm from Togo, and I like braiding. Braid make a woman beautiful. It make your hair grow. All star, we do all star. And I come here to make my fellow women more beautiful like the way I do back home. So I come here to open my shop and have another experience with another people, black women. That's why.
Okay. And how long have you been braiding hair?
Okay, I've been braiding hair now like 14 years now. I go to school for it for 2 years. So I'm braiding hair now is like 14 years. And I come to United States, I'm doing braiding here like 11 years now.
Okay. So how did you start? Is it something that's really common in Togo, or?
Yeah, it's a lot of women do braiding because in my country it's more easier. But before you can be like open a shop, you need to go to school for it, you need to have experience. So I go to all there, go to 2 years of school, have my diploma of braiding, so I like braiding.
That's good, that's good. And so what's the importance of braiding? Like you said, it's something that's common there. Is it something that people start out as children learning how to braid, or is it that some people that are interested in braiding do it, or?
Yeah, most of people like they do their own kids here at home. They just learn on the sisters. But to be like a professional braider, you need to go to the school.
Okay, okay. Well, when did you move here?
I moved here in 2003.
Oh, okay, okay. What were some of the challenges that you faced adjusting from one country, one continent to a new continent?
The first challenge was the language. My country we speak French and here's English, so it's like a total different thing. But with the time, we start speaking.
Good. And your English is really good.
Oh, thank you.
So how did you learn English? Did you like go to class, or did you just pick it up from being around people?
I go to class, but no long. I just start speaking and being around English people. That's the way I start speaking.
What were some of your encounters, I guess, with African Americans, with black people? How was it adjusting from being around, you know, African people and people that are from your country and share your culture to black people who are from America?
It's a little different because we have a different culture. So it's a little different. It's like a total learn a different stuff with another people. So it was not easy, but you know, for adjusting, it's going like getting better and better. You're trying to learn how other people act because it's like two different things.
And do you think that moving to America was worth it? Because I know it's been a huge adjustment. And do you sometimes miss being home?
Oh yes, I missed a lot being home. But thank God I go visit my family, and so it's worth it to come here but another world is a little sad because you here and you have all your family behind you, and it's a long way to go back and come back. But braiding here is a little more cost than back home. So that's why we come here, we do braiding.
Okay, that makes sense. What are some of the popular styles there versus here? Are the same styles popular back home in Togo that they are here, or?
It's like probably the same thing, but back home we have a different style coming all the time. Like here, because here they like most of it they like a single braid. Senegalese twist, micro, kinky, boss braid. But back home we have like a more fancy style, more cricket. Some of it we don't have it here because a lot of people don't get it. Here they used to single braid and long braid, but probably it's like the same thing.
Okay, that's interesting. So how do you think the braid shops back home in Togo differ than the ones here, besides like the styles? Like, is it the same or is it different? Or?
It's a little different because back home when you have like, when you open a shop, you are the owner, you have a people who work for you, you teaching them, but here is not the same thing. Here is like you have to take people who know really how to braid. But back home, once you finish school, you open a shop, another people, all the braider in the shop, they're working for you because it's like they're paying you, they're going to the school, you have to teach them like the same thing you do. So it's like a little different.
So is it hard, like once you move here and set up your shop, is it difficult finding braiders, or?
Sometimes it's very hard because sometimes like a busy time, the beginning of the school, you need to look for people who gonna help you braid because it's like customer call every hour at the last minute. So if we are in the shop like 2 or 3 people, we can't because the customers coming like more than 5 people. So we need to look for bread, and sometimes it's hard to find.
Yeah, that makes sense. I could see that being hard. What are some tips that you suggest for braids? Like, I got my hair done here about 2 weeks ago. I get my hair done here all the time. They do a wonderful job. What are some ways to keep your braids longer?
Okay. When you get your hair done, nighttime before you sleep, you need to tie it up before you sleep. And some of people want to wash their hair all the time. They don't need to wash it because when you want your hair to grow, you don't need to wash it. You need to leave it the way you braid it and put like a hair full on your scalp. It help your hair grow. It help your hair do not damage. So you don't really, even if you want to wash it, it's like a once in a while, like a once in 2 months or once in a month.
Okay.
So it keep your hair clean. You put mousse like once in a while. You spray your hair to make it shiny. So it's very easy to maintain your hair.
I know you said it's hard during certain times of the year, back to school, probably holidays.
Yeah.
You have more people than normal. What are some challenges that you face in general with customers?
The challenge is a lot of challenge because sometimes everybody is different. Sometimes we have a customer on the phone. We say the hair will take 6 to 7 hours, and when you come, it's like your hair is taking 8 hours or 9 hours. It depends on the length you get it. It depends on how full is your hair, and sometimes the customer get angry. And it makes us feel very uncomfortable. Once you're on the hair and the customer start getting angry, you're uncomfortable. It makes you more slow because it's bothering you that your customer is getting angry. Sometimes it's not our fault because we want to let you go and take another person. We want you to finish your hair so we can take a second customer. And seeing that your hair is taking 8 hours or 9 hours, and making the second customer waiting for us is like another stress. We're going to another stress to see another customer have appointment at 3 o'clock, but when she comes, she had to wait like 3:30 or 4 o'clock. It's not like we want to, but sometimes it all depends on the style or the length or how full is your hair. So that's one challenge. We want the customer to understand that. Sometimes when we say like your hair will take 6 hours or your hair will take 7 hours, and when you come expecting it that your hair is gonna take 7 hours, even if your hair take 8 hours, it's not like we want to, So I really want my customer to understand that.
So it seems like a lot of people don't take into account a lot of the things that have to do with getting your hair done. Like you said, like how full your hair is or how thick it is, the type of style, the appointment. So it seems like people just think like, okay, well, I'm getting my hair done. And they said 5 hours, so it better be 5 hours.
My hair had some of customers, they say, oh, you told me on the phone my hair will take 6 hours, and now my hair is taking almost 8 hours. It's not because we want to. It happens sometimes. So I want my customer to understand.
And plus, you want to do a good job too.
Yeah,
so
of course.
You don't
We want
rush
sometimes if you rushing and the customer come back like, okay, my hair here is not like this, it's not like the way I want it. I don't like customer to do the hair in my shop and go and come back. That's why we want to do one for all. When we do your hair one time, I want you to be satisfied, to be happy because you spending your money. Nowadays to find money is not easy. You don't want to go throw your money in the garbage, So you want to spend money and have it, your hair done properly like the way you want it. But sometimes if you rushing the person who on your hair, okay, the person will be like, okay, since she's rushing me, let me do this part a little bit and do this part. And I don't think the customer like that. They don't like it, but since you putting the pressure on the person who's doing your hair, the person don't have a choice because she wants you to be comfortable. She don't want you to be like, okay, they tell me 6 hours and they take 7 hours. Next day, I'm not going there. We want you to go and come back. So we take our time to do a good job. So the customer has to understand that we doing their hair like 8 hours, 9 hours. We getting tired too. But we don't have a choice because this is our job. That's what we love to do. And we want to see customer go and come back. We want to treat the same person, the same customer, So if like you come in here like 3 years, you already know us. So when we got customer like that, we're free because I know she's not gonna put any rush on me. So I take my time, I do her hair, and she will be happy. So that's one thing they have to understand.
So if you could use one word to describe your experience working in the shop, what would it be and why?
Okay, one. Working in the shop, I like it. It's easy, but sometimes it's not easy because be the owner of the shop, you deal with even if we are working something's wrong, you're dealing with the customer stress, everything they will not like, you're dealing with it. And everything your worker do, you're dealing with it. And you take a responsibility of the both sides. Sometimes that way is not easy, but I like it. For me, it's easy because you have to know how to treat people. You have to tolerate some kind of stuff to let some of stuff go. So if you want to consider everything, I don't think nothing can go well. You have to let some like it's nothing to deal with the other. So for me, it's easy for me. I like my customer. I like my brother. KD #1 hair braiding is a happy place. We laugh with customer. I take them like my friend. They are my friends. So it's easy for me.
You talked a little bit about kind of like the pressure that you have when people are trying to rush you and they don't realize that there's a lot going on. So how do you think they see braiders or the braid shop in general?
Sometimes it's like some people don't consider it a braider, and a lot of them do. But it's like sometimes it's like the way you wake up in the morning and you go to your job. That's the same thing we do, because this is our job. That's what we do. It's not just like we wake up and come sit down, like we don't have, because sometimes if you doing the hair and customer be like, oh, you tell me 6 hours, I gotta go. And it's like, what about us, This is my job. I'm spending time. Wasting, sometimes they be like, oh, you just waste my time. No, I'm wasting mine too, because it's the both side. You have something to do after getting your hair done. Yes, I have something else to do after finish here. So it's like the way you get up and you go to your workplace, it's the same thing we do.
I know you talked about kind of like the difficult customers that don't realize there's a lot going on when things take longer. But do you feel like most of the customers act like that, or most of the customers easy to work with?
A lot of customers are very easy to talk to, very easy to deal with it. Very easy for everything. They understand. Or some customers ask you like, you don't want to eat? And some customers, when we ask like, can I take a few minutes to eat? They say, no, I don't think so.
Wow.
But I think every job you have like lunch time. We cannot sit on the hair for 6, 7, 8 hours without eating. But some customers don't like when you stop on their hair at all. But a lot of customers, they don't care because they understand. A lot of customers are easy to deal with it. It's just few customers, because that's what I say, everybody's different, So some customers are a little difficult, and a lot of them very easy. Very easy.
Do you think that there's kind of a divide with like the customers being black or African American and the braiders being African? Do you think that there's any kind of divide there, or you don't really notice it? Or
I don't think so, because every black know we are African, So in that part, I don't think so. I just think like it's like the way some people act. So for me, it's like some customer be difficult. It just, for me, it's like they don't understand. They just want you to be like, okay, I'm trusting you in your word, so that's the way it has to be. For me, that's the way I understand. Because when you say like, okay, you're gonna get out here at 2 o'clock and she's gonna get out at 3:30, she's getting angry because she trusts you on your wall. But braiding is not like that. Sometimes we even finish before the time we tell you, and sometimes it just past the time we tell you. So things happen, For me, it's not like we are African. I don't see it like that. And some of customers acting like little different. I just don't know why they act like that.
So it's like everyone's different.
Everyone is different, yes. All I want my customers to know is like, we here for them. Like they are here, they are there for us. So when you call, you make an appointment to do your hair. One thing is like customer call and make an appointment to do their hair. You call them, I call every, like tomorrow you have an appointment, I call this afternoon to confirm. And they're gonna confirm. And next day we wake up on time, we hear they don't wanna show up. And even if you call to be like, okay, you have an appointment this morning, some of customers be like, you get one number.
Wow.
And some of it don't pick up the phone at all.
It's not good.
It may cause sometimes lose time and money, because the time I confirm your appointment, you tell me, yes, I'll be there. Once you know you cannot make it, you can just call like, oh, Katie, you know what, something came up, I can't make it. But to be like, you don't call me at all, and you don't even want to show up, and you don't even take your phone when we're calling to be like, okay, it's 8:30, you have an appointment this morning. Some people don't take their phone. That make it very hard, because The time I'm waiting for you, maybe somebody called to be like, I want my hair done now. Since you make appointment, I'm waiting for you. It make me lose that customer. So one thing I want them to understand, like when you call, you make appointment to do your hair, and you know that something happened, you can't make it. It's easy. Just call us back and be like, okay, I have appointment tomorrow, or I have appointment this morning, but something came up, I can't make it. So we are not expecting you, like you still coming. And sometimes customers, I call to confirm, they don't take the phone at all to confirm. I leave a message, they don't return the call back. And when somebody call me like, I want my hair done tomorrow morning, I have to take that customer because you didn't pick up your phone, you didn't call me back. I don't know if you coming now. And next morning, all customers here. You didn't confirm, but you here. And when you say like, okay, can you go and come back because I call you to confirm, you didn't come, they get angry. I want them to understand that they don't need to be angry because we just doing our job, you know. Because I don't want you to come in and I don't have anybody to do your hair. That's why I confirm, because I know how many people I'm gonna have that day in the shop to work. So I can't take customer more than the people. I have to take the number of the person I have in the shop to do their hair. I have to have that customer. That's why I always call to confirm. So when I call and they didn't confirm at all, next day when they come, they have to understand that they need to go and come back, because at that point it's not my mistake anymore. It's like their mistake because you didn't confirm your appointment. That's why I put another customer in your place. So I cannot tell that customer to go because I told her yes. So you need to go and come back. So that's one thing I want them to understand.
Okay. So it sounds like you said, there are a lot of things going on and a lot of layers to braiding, and that customers need to understand that, and they need to know that in order for them to be accommodated, they have to play their part too. They have to call, they have to make the appointment, they have to keep the appointment, they have to realize that the braiders have other things to do too, you know. They come in, they want to be done at a certain time, and just need to meet each other where we're at. Well, it was really nice talking to you, Katie. And again, it's Katie's #1 hair braiding on Brook Road. I get my hair done here all the time, like I said, and they do a really, really good job if you're looking to get your hair done. And just remember what we talked about. Remember, we have to meet each other where we're at. You know, it's not just about us. It's, you know, kind of a partnership kind of thing. And again, I thank you for watching the Kiara Lee Show.
This for my north side,
Kiara,
south side,
Kiara,
east end,
Kiara,
west end,
Kiara,
for my H-town,
Kiara,
Seafield,
Kiara,
804,
Kiara,
we them real
Kiara.
niggas, yeah. 2 up, 2 down, rich town. 2 up, 2 down, rich town. 2 up, 2 down, rich town.
Kiara Lee Show.
Rich town.